Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Archer+alex. My name is Alex. I am the owner and lead soap maker here. Today, I'm going to be making one of our sea salt soaps that I made way back in April. I'm sorry, things have been crazy busy and I'm just now getting to making videos again. But today we're going to be making Flower Child. So Flower Child is a fun, groovy, radical little sea salt soap that I made back in April, and I'm gonna show everybody how it was made. So if you're ready to hang out with me and make some soap again, make sure you keep on watching and we're gonna get right into it. Okie dokie. So in this bowl currently, I just have coconut oil. So I've realized that I've not really ever shown folks kind of like our setup process. So I'm like, you know what? As we're making our Flower Child sea salt soap here, I'd give you a little bit more behind the scenes look at how we make our soap. So in here I have our coconut milk, or sorry, our coconut oil. It's already been heated up in the microwave for the microwave if you're a Nigella Lawson fan. And then next we're going to add in our castor oil and our olive oil. We're going to tear out our scale, get our castor oil added in. So I didn't used to use castor oil in my sea salt soaps. It's only been really these last two batches. So the first batch being the Swell sea salt soap, which is already out on the channel, and this one being Flower Child. And I've been doing that because, first of all, I like to change up the oils every now and again and try out new formulations for our products. And for me, when I was looking at oils that I thought would do really well in our sea salt soaps, the one that came to mind was castor oil, because it doesn't like to trace very quickly, which is to our benefit when making sea salt soap. But also, I really like the conditioning and some of the lather properties it has. So while the sea salt is going to kill a good majority of the lather, castor oil tends to give you a dense, stable lather, which I'm really looking for. And then because of how we super fat our products, you're going to get a little bit of that creaminess that castor oil has to offer. So we've got that ready to go. Next, I'm going to get our lye solution and get that prepared. I keep that in a separate closet away from everything because I don't want anybody to get into it. So we're gonna set that there because we're in a holding pattern for it. And next, I need to get some of our little corn cups to start mixing out our colorants. So the first colorant that's going to make up Flower Child is Orchid Mica by Brambleberry. It is my favorite purple to use from Brambleberry. It's a deep, rich, I would say almost like an eggplant like purple. It's a blue purple. It's really beautiful. It's one that I use in Purple Haze. It's one that I've used in other soaps in the past. But it's one that it holds its own. It goes through saponification really well. And it's like a good, nice, rich purple that no matter what your oil colors are or what your fragrance oil colors are, it's not going to start to shift gray on you if you use the correct amount. So the next one that I will be using, and I need to had a safety seal on here that I kept on. I don't really need it because of how I scoop out my micas now. So this is some Kermit green mica that I put in a larger container because it came in a baggie. Look how beautiful that green is. So it definitely plays really well into this flower child storyline that we have going on with this product. It's a nice, like, it looks like Kermit the Frog green, but it's also kind of like a nice leafy green as well. And then last but not least, I have some really pretty magenta mica. And when I tell you this mica holds its own, like it really holds its own. So our color palette is neon pink, green, and purple. So I think that'll make a fun little hazy flower childy bar. Cool. So now, actually, since I still have it out, I like to add olive oil to our colorants. Not a whole lot, just enough to start to hydrate them so they blend into our soap easier. Because oftentimes, if you're blending like dry mica into your soap, you have to blend it longer. So your workability and your playtime with it starts to really diminish. See, I did not add very much in there. And this purple has already come alive. And some micas are going to need more oil than others will. Like this green one. Actually, maybe not. This green one's not doing too bad now. It's a little goopy. But I think that'll be okay. Because I don't want to add too much olive oil so that we way over super fat our bars. But I think I'm going to actually have to for this green and this pink. So just a tiny bit more. There we go. So that's our pink. In person, it's a lot more lively. And then our green. Okay, so we're good there. So now what I'm going to do is finish getting set up. So now what I'm going to do is set this scale here for now because we will need it. Going to add in our citric acid. Burp our stick blender. Blend our stick blender on high. Just to get that citric acid incorporated. Okay. And now we're going to give our batch oils just a little blitz. Making sure to get all of our bubbles out of the stick blender. Okay. So our stick blender is good. Our oils are good. Our lye solution is good. We're going to pour our lye solution into our batch oils. I made this lye solution yesterday. As you can see, there's a little bit of lye lint, but I love these containers because the lye lint usually sticks to the plastic, so I do not have to strain it out. All right. Pour up our stick blender again, and we're going to blend our oils in our lye solution just to emulsion. Okay. See, that takes no time at all. So we're doing this in a much smaller batch. So it literally took me probably 3 to 5 seconds just to get to emulsion. Okay. So I'm going to hand blend our fragrance in. So this fragrance is a blend that I created from Makesy. Hi friends at Makesy. So this is a mixture of the, come on, focus. There we go. So this is a mixture of Goji berry and hemp, Indica, Kush, and violet resin, and Cannabis and Agarwood. So I got these to try out, and they blend really well together. So I'm thinking, hey, we're gonna make a soap called Flower Child with them. So you've got some nice fresh like acai and goji berry notes in there. You have the notes of the agarwood, you have some floral notes from the violet, and then you have the resiny, kind of like musky hemp notes in there. So it's a really nice balanced fragrance that, you know, I personally would use. And it's not something that's going to pull too woodsy or like too musky, kind of like a patchouli would. I would say this is a very like balanced blend. So what we're gonna do now is tear out our scale. So we need to divide this into thirds. Okay. So we have like 66 ounces essentially. So each one of these will get 22 ounces. We will not be returning back to that. Okay. So let's begin by adding in our colorants. I'm going to add in our orchid mica from brambleberry to this one. We're going to add the magenta mica to this one. And then to this last one, we're going to add the Kermit green mica. Okay. We're going to blend in our colors because once we add in our sea salt soap or our sea salt into the soap batter, we're going to have to move pretty quickly. So we're going to add in our sea salt soaps to each one of these. I'm going to need more, it looks like, because I did not fill that container up like I thought I did. We just need a little bit there, a little there, and a little there. Cool. So I'm actually going to get my molds here on deck. So we can get to pouring right away. Okay. Get these gals out of the way. So each one, we're just going to put a little bit of the color and just keeping it pushing. Because like I said in the swirl video, you don't have a lot of time with sea salt soap. Like, you kind of got to work with purpose. Let's get this purple in. I mean, honestly, for putting the sea salt in there already, these are behaving really well so far. I don't want to jinx it, of course. So I would say we're kind of at like a heavier, thicker trace. But it's not like when I made Karma. Okay, so I'm gonna actually tap these down. Awesome. And then I'm gonna come into our supply closet because I want these to be like fairly mixed. Like, I know there's like a considerable amount of purple on top. I'm gonna fix that. But I want to make sure that the bars are fairly mixed up in the center. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is take this green. First of all, top these last two off. And then start going in, putting some of that green down. top of all the bars, just so we can break up that purple and have a little bit more visual interest on the bars. Last little bit of the green. Man, this is actually going really, really well. I'm very happy with how this is turning out. Of course, I'll go ahead and take what's left of this purple. So you know here, we do not waste. All right, we're gonna tap it down again. And then whatever's left of this pink, we'll just kind of randomly dollop on some bars. Okay. Cool. And I will not tap this one down, but I will go through and kind of just marble these together, make sure that we've got soap in each corner. So where I would say Swell is a lighter consistency or a lighter exfoliating soap with the sea salt in there, I would say that Flower Child's going to have a little bit more exfoliation and grit to it. So if you're a fan of something that's got a little bit more scrub power to it, I would say definitely give Flower Child a try. Okay. I mean, it looks kind of chaotic right now. One last final pat down. Sweet. So I'm going to clean these up. Then we will punch you in for a closer look. Alright, so we are back a little over 24 hours later to unmold this soap. And I'm super excited for it. Okay, so before we unmold it, look at how that turned out. Like, everything kind of pastelized a little bit, which is kind of what I was hoping for. Our purple's no longer so dark and scary. Our green looks gorgeous. That pink is pinking. We love it. Okay. So now we're going to pop these out of the mold. Give everyone a closer look. Like, look at that. We got some nice, like, layering happening. If it'll focus. Come on. There we go. Got some nice layering happening. So you won't be able to really see the cool cut and swirl in these bars like you would our other soaps, since we don't cut our sea salt soap. Because I found that it is almost impossible to cut these bars once they are removed from the mold. Look how stunning these are. You know, the color palette really kind of reminds me of, is it Sweet Tarts? Yeah, Sweet Tarts. That is kind of the vibe that I'm getting from these. Fragrance-wise, it's banging. We love it. You definitely get a lot more of those floral notes at the top. So we were talking about, you get like a floral resin kind of fragrance in this. There's also some like fruity notes with the goji berry. And then you really start to get that like herbaceous, like hemp smell more towards the bottom of the fragrance stack. And I mean, I love it. This may not be for everybody. It's definitely a like specialized bar. I don't think this is going to be like Purple Haze where it's going to be a fan favorite and folks are going to want us to keep it around forever. But I think for a fun little like niche bundle box like this, and given the holiday that it's tied to, I think it's fun. I think it definitely fits the brief of what I was trying to go for. Okay, so that is how I made Flower Child Sea Salt Soap. So since I made this back in April, like I said, here we go. Here's a little preview of the Flower Child in its fun little box. Flip this around so you can actually read it. I'm really happy with how this soap turned out. It smells fantastic. When I've been doing pop-ups over the summer, people have loved this soap. It's something a little bit funky, something a little bit different, and I think that's the cornerstone of our brand here. So if you really enjoyed today's video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button, and if you hit the little bell notification button down below, you'll get notified every time that I post a video. So until next time, stay safe, stay happy, and toodles.